Buckle up. You're about to hear something you won't forget.
1, 2, 3, 4.
If you wish to understand the secrets of the universe, think.
This isn't your typical small talk. This is Lyft talk.
The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good people to do nothing.
Ever had such a good conversation you didn't want the ride to end?
In terms of energy, frequency,
From the streets of Denver to your ears, welcome to the conversations that only happen in a Lyft.
and vibration.
3 years ago, I quit my comfortable, well-paying job in tech. Although the money was great, I couldn't shake the feeling I was meant to be somewhere else. Eventually, I found myself out of money. Needing quick cash, I started driving for the rideshare app Lyft. I'm Sean McMahon, and you're listening to Lyft Talk. All right, we're live. So, what brings you guys to town?
We came here for a conference, Society for Ecological Restoration over in Denver. So that was nice, very busy.
Yeah. So, what does any of that mean? So, you guys are saving the planet.
Oh, sure.
What's your focus? Yeah. What do you do?
Yeah, we work for a nonprofit called the Phoenix Conservancy. We do environmental restoration.
Okay.
So lots of like weed control, planting native plants, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. And do you guys just focus on like urban areas? Like,
Yeah, that's a good question. We live in a super rural area where we work. It's called the Blues Prairie. It's like southeastern Washington type area, basically Idaho. So we do a lot of work in the city with landowners, just people's yards. But we're also trying to work with some more farmers, kind of out more in the sticks.
That's cool. I've always had a dream of like running a landscape company that like just gets rid of grass, because I think grass is one of the dumbest things in the world.
It is. We do a lot of that. We do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the sod removal days are the heavy lifting days. So, we put on our worst clothes and just lift a bunch of sod rolls.
Yeah, my parents are super weird. I grew up in this small little tri-level house. And anyway, they used to spend their vacations like having us do like house renovation projects. So like I was 8 years old or 7 years old when I like redid my first roof.
Oh, wow.
And anyway, I know what you mean. Yeah, moving sod is no joke. That's almost as bad as taking out concrete. It's not fun.
Oh, taking out concrete sounds like a nightmare. At least we don't have to do that.
Yeah,
that's good.
Especially if you don't have an automated jackhammer. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Well, right on. So, a lot of talk about politics, a lot of talk about the president's ruling on the environment and everything going on. Now we're in the middle, I guess, of a government shutdown. Is that affecting you guys, your nonprofit, like your world?
It is. Yeah, I'll keep it relatively brief because we're a bipartisan organization, so we can't say too much. But it's definitely affected us some for sure.
How's it affected you?
We've got we don't have too many federal grants, but we had some federal grants that
got pulled
because of the got pulled or because of the shutdown. We're kind of in and out. So
interesting.
Yeah, but luckily we work with a lot of like private foundations and that kind of thing. So luckily we were safe.
And maybe you already said it, but maybe I missed it. Like, just like, what's your guys' mission? Like, what are you trying to do? Like, at the end of the day, like in 30 years, how will you know you were successful?
Oh yeah, you're fine. Our whole mission is to restore endangered ecosystems and also benefit local communities while doing it. So we've got 3 projects. They're all endangered. We've got one in the Palouse. We've got one in South Dakota. And then another one my coworker manages is in Madagascar. So the goal is to just get those places to a pretty stable state where the ecosystems can kind of, work for themselves and then we can kind of move on to the next place.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. So I'm really glad we're talking about this. I'm hoping you can educate me. I've always wondered, like, so the planet's always changing, right? And environments are always changing. Floods happen, and you study, like, I don't know if it's geological history or like the shift of tectonic plates or whatever.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But like human history is just littered with us constantly having to move because of changing climatic conditions, right? How do you guys account for that when you say you're trying to preserve endangered? What did you say? Endangered
ecosystems.
Yeah,
Well,
like
that's a
how do you
really-
know you're not like trying to fight against time?
Yeah,
if that
that's a
makes
great
sense?
question. We kind of we do a little bit of both. So like we have plants that we know are from that area that we use, but then we also use some plants that are from more dry, hot places. So it's not strictly stuff that used to be found there. We're kind of also accounting for that climate change trajectory that's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's definitely getting warmer and drier there for sure.
Interesting. So do you guys use, like, I used to be in tech, in data science, and so, like, do you guys use, like, modeling to, like, model out what the climate is going to be in 20 years to, like, make sure the plants you're planting are...
Oh, yeah. I mean, we depend on other experts for that, so, like, we don't do that stuff ourselves, but there are people that have published lots of papers, and then we kind of just refer to those projections and then just use that.
Cool. The more you know. I appreciate the education.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a super fun job.
So was the conference good? You guys learn a lot?
Yeah, it was a good conference. There were a ton of good talks. There's always some that are more or less interesting to people, but they were really good.
Yeah.
It's fun kind of getting together with a bunch of other people that work in the same field.
Yeah.
And Colorado's not that, at least around here in Colorado, it's not that far off from our climate. Like, it's pretty similar rain-wise, temperature-wise, maybe.
Yeah. I believe it. So,
is this like your main gig? Do you do other work around here too?
Yeah, so I do this to afford rent, and then I'm an author. So my first book came out in January. Working on my second one, and then I got a podcast right about.
Nice, congratulations!
Thank
your
you.
Book being published. That's
Thank you very much. And then I think I just decided this today. I told actually a guy like 2 or 3 rides before you, I'm gonna wade into music and record an album. So I don't know what that's gonna look like, but
what kind of music do you like to play?
Well, that's the thing. I don't play any instruments, but I like everything from like R&B, jazz, country, a little bit of EDM. It really depends on my mood and what I'm feeling.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's good to stay kind of flexible with the genres and stuff.
Yeah, but I just want to get paid to create. And there's like been 2 experiences in my life. Maybe you felt this when you found your job. But there's been 2 experiences in my life where I've like found myself in a new place, right? And I felt like a spark or some magic. And one was the first time I was in a recording studio. I was doing the audio. It still hasn't come out. I don't know why. I have to talk to my publisher, but I was doing the recording audio and reading my first book. So like recording the audio book. And I stepped into the studio, and it was like the first time I was like, oh shit, this is cool. Like I just felt, I felt something. And the only other time is I have a few, I was trying to get my pilot's license before I ran out of money. And if you can tell, I have a hard time staying focused. And that's not true. I'm just very passionate about a lot of different things.
Fair. Yeah.
And I was, at some point, I had to like go meet my instructor inside. So do you guys have your pilot's license?
Pilot's license?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay.
That's impressive.
So there are places in airports where everyone can go, right? And then there are places like hangars and wings in airports that like only mechanics and like planes that need to be like worked on go.
That makes sense.
And so the second moment in my life was, I had to meet my instructor in one of those repair hangars at a local airport once. And I walked into there and I felt that same magic where it was like, oh shit, I like this. Like this place is cool. So how
cool.
that overlaps with a recording studio, I have no idea, but I imagine that's what this life is about, right? Is figuring out why those 2 things make me sing. But
Yeah,
we'll see.
definitely. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I did a similar thing when I was younger. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do and went to school for something else. It's actually like landscape architecture, which I kind of do now, which is nice.
That is cool.
But yeah, I went there and I was like, I'm not learning about the plants and stuff enough. So then I went to study biology, and I liked that a lot more. It felt a lot better. I didn't know that was like a career that you could have. It was like environmental, work.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to get paid to do it. The pay's not great, but it's still really fun, and I like it. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say I think you figured something out there. When I was in tech, the money was great, but there was something missing, and I think it's that thing that you found. It sounds like in your jobs, waking up every day, enjoying what you do. I think is priceless.
Yeah, definitely. you been out to Rocky Mountain yet?
Rocky Mountain National Park?
Yeah.
Yeah. I grew up here, right? So, been plenty of times.
I guess
Did
that
you guys
makes
go?
sense, yeah. I went a long time ago when I was younger, but
Okay.
haven't been back since. Never gone, so yeah, should be a good time. I know it's really pretty, tons of hiking trails out there, so it should be fun.
Yeah. You picked, you guys got jackets, right?
Oh yes.
Okay, cool.
Sure.
It's definitely colder up there.
I heard it just snowed up high, so yeah, expecting some colder weather.
Yeah, hopefully not too much. Yeah, you guys are picking a great time to go. Fall changes colors, and last week and I think this week are supposed to be the ideal time to go see all the changing leaves and stuff. So it should be very pretty up there.
Oh yeah.
That's partially why I accepted your ride. I was like, nice. It's like, it's gonna be a great drive.
Yeah.
You paid for it? Sweet.
Nice. Yeah, I really like the fall weather and colors changing and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm from, the South originally, and
Yeah.
no colors changing all the way down there. So
Really?
yeah,
Wait, what part of the South?
I'm from Florida, so
Okay.
like Southish Florida.
Yeah.
No, we don't have a fall. We just have like a summer that's really long, and then there's like a little bit of cooler weather, and then the summer back.
Interesting.
goes. Yeah.
Yeah, I meet a lot of people from Florida. It seems like you all are a traveling bunch.
That makes sense. Yeah, people are probably kind of tired of the summer by some time, so doing a lot of traveling.
Yeah, I believe it. And where are you from?
I'm from like Vancouver, Washington, Portland, Oregon area.
Okay.
So, yeah, west side.
Nice.
Nice.
Should I pick up?
Do you still have family in Portland?
My brother recently is moving to Seattle.
Okay.
He's not there anymore. And then my parents moved to like La Pine, Bend, Oregon.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I can't complain because I like that area a lot. So now I get an excuse to visit Sun River,
That's awesome.
hang out and hike.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, it's what
That
it
is awesome. Yeah, I spent during COVID. I spent like a month just bopping around different cities in Oregon, and I liked Corvallis a lot, and then Bend. Oh man, I almost just stopped in Bend, just never came back.
Ben's great. That's why I
Yeah.
love that my parents live over there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful part of the country.
Yeah, super pretty. I know it's super expensive too, but
Yeah,
a lot of places over there are. So
That's why my parents live there, not me.
true.
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I met this dude. We were like, whatever that main area is with the river and like people float down it right there in like downtown Bend. I rented a house, like just this little bungalow, 2-bedroom for a week. And ended up talking to the owner of the house, and he was telling me that he rents his house out like summer, basically. I think summer and spring, like 3 or 4 months out of the year, and that pays for him to be able to live there for the rest of the the
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he just like crashes on the couch during the summer of one of his
that's
buddies
awesome.
down the road. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, he was
We
a
love
cool
to
dude.
vacation over there. So.
Yeah, it's a cool part of town. Really beautiful part of the country. And I don't know, there's just not many. I mean, I even like. One of these days, I'll set out a trip and try to find all the old forests. But you got some old forests out there that, like, yeah,
Oh, that'd be cool.
the vibration and the feeling out there is just different.
Have you been to the Redwoods?
No, not yet.
Oh, they're super pretty. I like North California.
Yeah,
Yeah, just like gorgeous. There's one you can drive through,
yeah.
like with your car. It's really cool.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that one tree.
I've seen pictures of that.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
That is cool.
You like already know that they're big before you get there, but then when you actually get there, it's like, it's just more impressive, and then you're still kind of shocked,
Yeah. I believe it.
I know Florida used to have, they did a lot of logging, I think in the, mid 1900s or something. But we used to have huge pine trees, and now those are all gone too. But I don't know if there's any left really at all. So you can't even see them now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But like when I was a kid, I don't remember the place, but there was somewhere my parents took me in Florida that was like a little kind of touristy attraction, and it was all about the logging, back in the 1900s, and now all the trees disappeared. I think they used them to make like pencils and obviously homes and stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely kind of a shame. But Florida's got some cool stuff still too. I wouldn't live there because it's like a swamp. I'm not really about that weather, but it's nice still though.
Yeah. Yeah, wood is one of my favorite classes. Like back in high school, was wood shop, and
that's
wood
cool.
is fascinating. Like trees are incredible. Apparently, I have a special bond with trees. I had more than one psychic tell me that. Like, you have a thing with trees. It's like, I really do. I love trees.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know why.
Do you have like a favorite kind of tree?
I really like Japanese maples.
Oh, those are pretty.
Yeah. Especially,
I feel like Portland and Seattle have a ton of those. Like,
Yeah.
all across the houses and stuff. They're very pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, and my uncle and aunt, they have property now in Washington. They're in Spokane? I can't remember. Squim?
okay.
They're in Squim.
Okay.
And yeah, they have like 5 acres, and on one of their acres they have basically just, my uncle has a thing with trees too, and he used to be like a carpenter and an architect, and so he has a deep knowledge in wood in general and just trees, and so on one of their acres they have like just this collection of all these different Japanese maples and
that's cool.
different trees, and yeah, they've done a really great job up there. It's beautiful. I keep telling my aunt, like, you need to, they have a carriage house too, you know, like over their garage.
Oh, nice.
I keep telling them, like, you guys got to turn this into an Airbnb, and like,
Yeah, that sounds great.
like people would, you know, it's like a little retreat you have here. Like, it's awesome.
People would love that.
People would love it. So what have you done while you're in town besides the conference?
Not too much, honestly. It took up a lot of our time. We went to the botanical gardens. That was really cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they had like this native plant installation that was really neat.
Yeah.
I think they also had an installation that was like Japanese plants, which was also really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was super fun. We only got to spend like a few hours there, but it was nice.
It sounds nice.
Yeah, we also had really good Mexican food.
Nice.
Good. Unfortunately, in Southeast Washington, the pickings are slim for good restaurants, so we're very happy about the food here.
Yeah, we got a few Michelin star rated places too.
Oh, cool.
Food scene has really taken off in the last 20 years. It's nice.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, it seems like Denver's definitely getting bigger, or at least like more people around. Yeah.
It's exploded for sure.
Yeah, I bet it's expensive too.
Yeah. Yeah, we're on like par with Miami now and like San
really?
Francisco.
Oh,
yeah. It's
That
wild.
is pricey. Yeah, we have like kind of Washington prices, but not as much as the West Side, like Seattle area, that kind of thing. It's super expensive.
I like Seattle a lot. I mean, here you get so used to the sun and how much we get it that I don't think I could live in Seattle and be like happy, but
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't used to think that I cared that much about sun, but then I moved from the south to the north, and now the winters, it gets super dark.
Yeah.
It's darker, there's, also more clouds, but the day's just so short, and I started getting, like, stir crazy, a little depressed, I wasn't used to it. So I had to get one of those little, like, those sunlights that you just, like, put on in your house, and then they're supposed to make you feel a little better.
Oh, is that true?
Happy lights.
Yeah. Is that what they're called? Happy lights?
I think so, something like that. They don't actually, like, stimulate vitamin D production or anything, but like they're nice. They give you a little glow when it's like all gloomy in the winter.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I have like an indoor garden, in my place. And,
oh, that's cool.
Thank you. And anyway, my cucumbers were looking really sad, and so I sent a picture to some gals I know who are like really into plants, and I was like, "What do I need to do? Like, help me! I've never seen this, blotchy like black patches." And they were like, "They need sun," and so I went to the store and got they have like daylight bulbs.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen those? Yeah, I'm trying those for the first time. I actually got a sunburn. I was like sitting under, like close to one, like eating my dinner one time, and then I like go to bed and I'm like, why is my neck kind of sore? Like,
see, I would do that too by accident.
Yeah. So now it's like anytime the timer, I have like, long story short, I used to grow weed in college, and so I have like a bunch of like, timer outlet switches and stuff. So I plugged in one of those, and so anytime the timer goes off and the light turns on, I like purposely try to get out of the kitchen where my garden is. It's like, okay, you got to stay away from this.
Yeah, I had to adjust to my houseplants when I moved from Florida. First, I moved to Texas. It was way drier, and all my houseplants that love Florida just totally died because they were so upset with the lack of humidity.
Yeah,
so I had to kind of change up what I was planting. And the windows are so important in the winter. We don't have like great south and west-facing windows.
Yeah.
So just have to put them at the best window and just hope that they survive the winter okay. Yeah, I always thought those, like, I don't know, have you ever seen one of those houses with, like, the little, not indoor, but it's, like, in the middle of the house, there's, like, a little sunroom. I don't remember what you call it. It's, like, outside, but it's, like, in the center of your house.
It's like,
Yeah. I don't know if it's, like, terrarium is the right word.
Like a courtyard or...
courtyard, yeah, something like that.
There's like a traditional South American house that has that built in. Yeah, I totally know what you mean.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Those are nice because you can have a little outdoors that's kind of indoors.
Yeah.
Some cool plants in there.
Yeah, my dream house has like a staircase wrapping around like a tree that grows right in the middle of the house. I always thought that
That
fucking
sounds cool.
coolest thing ever. Just walk down into your living room and there's just this big mature tree growing and chilling.
Oh, that sounds sick.
Right.
Yeah, when I was younger, especially when I was thinking of going to architecture school, I used to draw little homes that I thought would be cool in the future. You know, I do the little layout and give them little gardens and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I think like a lot more people. So I think it's been a year and a half. For a couple months, I dated this Swedish gal, and she was an interior designer. Anyway, I've always like had a thing for design and like read design books. And one of my favorite designers is Kenya Hara. He's Japanese. I don't know if you heard of him. Anyway, so I was recently fascinated with like the beauty of design, the universe being what it is, right? This beautiful Swedish designer gets brought into my life, and she helps me redesign my place. And long story short, it left me with the thesis that I feel like a lot of people would benefit from, what's the term, like neuro-aesthetic environmental design, you know, like in their houses and their
That's
offices.
definitely a thing,
Yeah, I've seen some architecture colleges started actually carrying programs for that, like designing architecture to be more I don't even know what the term is.
Oh,
like,
that's sick though. No, there's
healthy.
been lots of studies on that. It's definitely.
Oh, has there really?
Yeah, there's a pretty strong relationship. Like they've had, studies on, you know, open space versus like people feeling like they're more trapped. You know, stress goes up. They get like physical side effects if they're in a place like that all the time.
Yeah.
Just seeing the color green can make you happier, which is also really nice. Stuff like that. I mean, there are actual. Evidence relationships about those kind of things. They're super cool.
I need links to all these studies. They sound fascinating.
Oh, say that again, sorry?
I need links to all these studies. They sound fascinating.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I've just seen them over the years.
It's
I
cool.
thought they were really interesting.
I'm not going to give you a homework assignment. It's cool.
Oh, you're fine. And that's also like part of the pitch, too, to get people to plant more native plants or like have more around in cities and stuff. It's good for people's health, too.
Yeah.
Like more biodiversity means, there's more diverse microbes. That's really good, especially when you're like a kid and you're growing up, to get all those different microbes. It helps build your immune system and stuff like that.
Sure.
So it's actually really healthy for people.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, the more, like, Denver started basically as this massive suburb, right, in the 1950s. Like, there was always a downtown, you know, from the mining days. But for the most part, Denver started as this massive, sprawling suburb.
Oh, yeah.
And the more I drive around, the more I'm always, like, just stunned how the city is laid out in a way that just completely neglects everything you're talking about.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, like, cities that are older, that were built a long time ago, or Denver. There's just like a good period of time where designers didn't care about that, or people were just doing things because they were cheaper or seemed more efficient, you know?
Yeah.
It does seem like they're building it into more and more cities now. I mean, even older cities trying to incorporate more, nice green landscaping or nice parks, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Trees to cool stuff down. But those mountains look pretty awesome over there.
Yeah, the roads already really pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are the flat irons. Those are the backdrop of Boulder, which is what we're coming up on now.
Yeah, I was instantly impressed by hills and mountains when I moved from Florida, because we don't really have much over there. So even like I lived in Austin for a little bit. Even like the rolling hills there, I was like, wow, there's topography. That's cool. Yeah, hikes here are obviously a lot more difficult. Well, I mean, I guess the heat and humidity makes it a little difficult in Florida, but we don't have like mountain hikes, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my buddy is very active on like the dating apps, you know, and he like that's his like go-to date one is taking people on hikes,
Oh
you
my
know.
gosh.
And he gets like frequently upset, you know, because he's like a hiker. Like we'll go on a 12-mile hike, you know, like on a nice Saturday. Like he's a hiker. And after like, you know, 20 minutes or 25 minutes, some of the women he takes out are like, man, I need a break. I'm winded. Like, can we get some coffee? And he'll call me and be like, dude, they're not hikers. Like, I don't know why everyone's saying they're hikers.
I mean, at least he knows what he wants, I guess.
Oh,
he wants
yeah.
like a very serious hiker, so
Yeah.
that's chill.
It's a good test.
It's a good test, yeah.
Like, can you really hike that?
Can't really hike. I do know there are definitely women that don't like dates that are like hikes or like way out there because they're afraid that
Totally.
like something's gonna happen.
That's a great point. So me and my other buddy have brought that up with him. Like, how do
Oh,
you...
for real.
So the thing is, it's important to know he's in a different age bracket. He's in his 60s.
Okay,
And so it's like in that age bracket, there's very little like, you're going to kidnap me.
That's
and,
fair.
you know, like
Yeah. Oh, that
fear.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah, because we did bring... It's funny you brought that up. We did bring that up with him. It's like, his name is Doug, and it's like, Doug, I just can't take a strange woman out into the woods, dude. Like, the rules are different across our age gaps, bro.
Oh yeah, if he's sick. I mean, also like if he's like 60, I mean the women he's going on dates with, they're probably like, bro, I'm like 60 years old,
Yeah,
and you're taking me on like this really strenuous hike.
Well, he's in great shape, and so he
That's
dates
good.
like all primarily like
definitely-
50-year-olds, and
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense.
and so it's just But you're right. I mean, there's
I
something
mean, you
to
can
be said
definitely
about
be in
it.
awesome shape at 50 or 60.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of whether you do that stuff more. But
Yeah,
yeah, he's got. I hope he finds someone. You know,
Yeah.
someone that can go on the really strenuous hikes with him. That's
me
good.
and you both.
We have a coworker who's single right now. I won't say his name, but
Yeah, don't blast him on the public
I won't
forum.
blast
That's
him.
very, very courteous of you.
but like when we have work trips, right, where we'll stop and we'll like take hikes, you know, on the way back or something, like have a good time. Like we'll stop in Yellowstone sometimes on the way back from our Great Plains trip. It's always a good time.
Yeah.
We took him one year because we like kind of take turns taking, you know, new people and stuff. And so we brought him and then this other coworker, and they're kind of opposite hiker types. Like
Okay.
this guy that I'm talking about here is like, he just wants to go. He wants to get to the top as fast as possible. He doesn't want to look at stuff. He just wants to get there. And then this other guy that we brought, he's very like, he wants to go look at every single plant that's on the way up. And so I went on a hike with them, just the two of them, and I had to try to manage, because I was like, I'm a manager, so I was trying to keep him safe or whatever.
Yeah.
And this one guy's just like booking it ahead, and I had to keep telling him like, bro, like slow down. I got to keep you guys together. Like I can't just leave you. And he was having a hard time with that. He just like wanted to go.
I bailed on you for that hike because I knew that was
Yeah,
going to
I
happen.
know.
Someone went somewhere else in the park.
She was smart. She went somewhere else.
It's like, I don't want that.
Not for me, man. Not for
Yeah,
me.
it was a time. Yeah.
It's funny.
But yeah, I feel like in our field, I've noticed, there's two different kinds of hikers. People that want to look at cool stuff on the way and, you know, just like look at things, and people that are, like, I do this too, you know, people that are hiking and they want to get to the top and they want to see that view, you know, and that's kind of the goal.
Yeah. Like, how fast can we get to the summit?
Yeah, exactly. I like to do a little of both, you know. I don't like to take too long. I want to get to cool places. I like looking at, you know, plants and bugs and stuff on the way.
That's why we hike together.
That's why we hike together, because we both like to do that, so it's good. It works out. We're hiking compatible. Do you have any favorite trails up there?
Yeah, there's one, if you have time, it's actually right here in Boulder. You can get to it. It's called Bear Mountain,
Oh, cool.
and it's really nice. I want to say it's 4 or 5 mile hike, so it's nothing like egregious, but
Okay.
you get to a point, it gets pretty steep towards the end, and then you get to a point where you saw those flat irons. It's like, it's just straight shale. It's just straight rock, but it doesn't require like climbing gear to get to the peak. And so you can get there and there's like a little landing, you can just chill, or you can go up the actual rock and get to the very peak. And the cool thing about up there is like, if you're scared of heights, like I took a buddy of mine from New York who's scared of heights, and we got we got right to where the shale starts, and he was just like, fuck no, dude. Like, not for me, man. But go ahead, you know?
I'm good.
Yeah. But if you can go up the shale, which I recommend, assuming obviously it's dangerous, so like don't
Be careful.
follow your gut. But if you can get it to the very peak, you sit right on like the actual peak, right? So you sit there and you can straddle the thing, and one of your legs is on the side where you just look out, and it's all Rocky mountain ranges, and you see
that's
3
cool.
or 4 different folds, and then you look the other way, and it's the whole Eastern Plains, like the whole.
Oh, that sounds like a nice view.
Yeah, so it's beautiful. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, that does sound worth it.
Yeah, and climbing up there, it's kind of you start kind of in this, what's it called? Like a little valley, with like the rolling hills and all of the wheat fields and stuff. And then you very quickly get into the mountains. Before you know it, you're going back and forth by rock faces and very mature
that's
trees.
awesome.
And so it's great on a hot day too, because then you get a lot of shade in there.
Oh, that is nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, there's some good hikes over in the Cascades that we've been on that are super nice. Like Mount Rainier has some really cool hikes.
Yeah.
I've been to Mount Baker. I didn't hike as much there. I did like some mountain biking with my dad. That was cool.
That's where I grew up with those things.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're right there. Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, Mount Rainier, beautiful.
Yeah, they're pretty sick hikes, honestly.
Yeah.
We're not like extremely close to there in Eastern Washington, but like close enough so you can make like a nice weekend trip out of it or something.
Yeah. And my aunt, so I actually went up there and visited my uncle and aunt in Squim a couple months ago. And they know my thing with vitamin D and sunshine. And so they were like, come these couple of weeks, and that way you'll get sunshine. And I was like, thank you.
There you go.
And lo and behold, as a writer and a creator, I was like, I'm just going to go and have like a writer's retreat, kind of chill in the cottage and chill in your guys' garden and just like create. And I get there, and my uncle, they have to pick you up at the ferry and then drive you to their property. So it's like an hour and a half drive from the ferry to their property. And so I got plenty of time to catch up and get to know my uncle better. And 10 minutes into the drive, he's like, so we got a whole itinerary for you. Aaron Sharon wanted to make sure you were never bored.
Okay.
And so one of them, we hiked Mount Rainier, and then we hiked one of the passes. And
Cool.
I don't remember what it was called, but it was beautiful. We were at the top. We're beyond tree line. And I was like prodding them, like, do you guys believe in aliens? Because this would be the place we'd get abducted, like right
That's
here.
true. If you can see
And by the end of it, my aunt's like, I'm starting to worry about you, Sean. I'm like, oh, if you were not worried about me, you would not be paying attention. It's a good thing to be. But we get up there, and what blew my mind, which I had no idea, was then, my uncle points across, this beautiful clearing, and it's like, that's Vancouver right there. Like, that's Canada. And I had no idea you guys were that close to it. I was like, holy shit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
most northern part of continental United States. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, definitely. Close enough to see sometimes.
Yeah.
I still haven't been up to that part of Canada. I've been to Montreal for a conference before,
Yeah.
which was actually really pretty. Super nice city. They have like this big walking trail in the middle. It's like a little hill. I can't remember what they call it, but it was super nice.
In Montreal.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Have you ever been out of the States anywhere?
Yeah. So we could pick a continent and we could go through it if you want. But
Cool.
yeah, I traveled quite a bit in my 20s. And then back when I was in consulting, the money was obviously much better. And
That's
so
fair. Yeah.
traveled quite a bit. Yeah. Got to experience some really great things.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's like the coolest place you've been to?
That's a good question. I don't want to sound like a overly confident asshole, but I would say like a lot of the places I've been are just very cool. And so to give you an example, like I've been to Africa, and going to Africa, I went to a monkey sanctuary there. I was in Ghana, and that was super cool. Just living in a dense jungle with all that wildlife, like naturally occurring. Yeah, I don't know. We have this, maybe this is a good thing to say with you guys. We have this kind of romantic view of nature, and in Africa, in their dense jungle, certain parts, right, particularly in the Volta region, which if you're looking at Africa, it's like that, where that main, belt right before the Sahara starts, right, where it's like just all dense jungle. How fragile we are as a species confronts you like every single day, right? Because I was in this beautiful little tiled shower that they had made, kind of outdoors, kind of indoors, just showering, making sure I don't smell like a filthy European. And there's this beautiful very brightly colored, like orange and yellow and purple frog. And I'd never seen anything. So I'm taking pictures, and like, oh my gosh. And so finally I put on my towel and I'm like, I gotta go. I was at like this house kind of hostel thing. And so I was like, I gotta go tell my mates, like my flatmates, like this. And I was like, come into the shower. And everyone's like, we all know each other a couple of days now. So everybody's like, nobody thinks I'm up to any shenanigans. And so everyone like comes in and we check it out. And we're like, everyone's taking pictures. One of the guys, from New York is like, his face is like right next to the thing. And he's taking selfies. And the staff finally gets like wind of what's going on and comes in and is like, what are you guys looking at? Looks at the frog and goes, oh my God. And like comes in and just smashes the thing right in front of all of us. And we're like just kind of like all of us are just shocked and stunned. And, we don't know really, in that situation, you're not really sure what's happening. You're like, should we approach them about animal cruelty? Or, you know what I mean? And lady was like, yes, very poisonous. Kill you right away. Could have died. Don't be dumb. Was basically what she said. And just walked out. And, of course, now I'm totally ashamed because I just exposed everyone to their imminent deaths and had no fucking idea.
I mean, that's fair,
But, yeah.
I have some rules if I'm in a new environment and I'm hiking or something or looking at cool shit. Because I touch the flowers usually. I like bugs a lot. If it's super bright or it's like super like pokey or fuzzy or something like that, that's like a no-no. Like I don't touch the super bright stuff. There's this thing called, what is it? Is it aposematic coloration? It's like coloration to drive predators away. It's like, don't touch me. I'm super bright. Remember this color because I'll kill you or make you puke or whatever.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So a lot of really brightly colored animals are also either poisonous themselves or they're mimicking something else that's poisonous.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had like at our Nature and Science Museum in town, we had a colorful, I can't remember what it was, but it was like a color exhibit in nature. It was super cool. I took my kids to it, and I had no idea, but like purple is the rarest naturally occurring color.
Oh yeah.
And similar things. It's like I guess purple is very often tied to poison, which is pretty wild.
Yeah, which is funny because like blueberries, right?
Yeah.
Or even like blue is also kind of rare in nature, and even some of the things that look blue, it's more a trick of the light or physics. So like blue morpho butterflies, they do this thing with their wing scales where they reflect or they absorb every color except blue, I believe, and then they have this like weird scale patterning on their wings. They're like little individual things on butterflies are called scales. Yeah. And they're like, I can't remember exactly what, but they're like facing in such a way that only the blue light is reflected, which is why they look like that weird kind of almost iridescent sort of blue that sort of like changes color a little bit when they move.
I appreciate you. I didn't know any of that. Yeah, very good to know.
I'm an insect person, so that's why I know a weird amount about bugs.
That's cool.
Yeah. So super cool stuff. Yeah, butterflies will do the same thing. Trying to not get eaten, they'll be really brightly colored.
Yeah.
They're kind of easy snacking. It's really easy to eat a butterfly if you're like a bird or something.
I guess that makes sense because they have like big wings and they're easy to see.
Yeah, so the coloration thing, they use that a lot.
That makes sense. Yeah, a couple of years ago, there was like a lot of forest fires in a lot of the mating grounds for this specific type of moth. And so, I mean, it looked like it was something out of the apocalypse or Sodom and Gomorrah. It was like all of Denver was basically infested with these moths because you got to go, dude. Sorry, talking to that neighboring car here. So you like get in your car in the morning and you're like under your hood, the moths would have crawled in to like, get out of the cold. And so you'd start your car and suddenly like moths would just like pour out.
That's crazy.
You'd be like, sitting at a stoplight and they'd just be flying everywhere. Like it was wild. I think it was like the most popular local search on Google at the time was like, why are there moths fucking everywhere?
That makes sense.
And yeah.
In Florida, we have these things that people call love bugs.
Okay.
I think they're like a kind of fly. I should know this. I think they're a fly, or maybe like no, they're not a beetle. They're a fly.
The minute you said love bug, I was like, I don't feel like they're loving. I feel like these things suck.
They're loving each other. They have 2 mating seasons.
Okay.
And they're everywhere during those mating seasons. One of them is stronger than the other one. I can't remember what time of year.
Yeah.
And everyone hates them because they'll get stuck on people's cars and they'll start to cause like they're very acidic, so like the paint will start eroding kind of if you don't wash them off.
Oh, snap.
And they're just everywhere, like everywhere. They'll smack you in the face if you're biking.
That's wild.
They just die all over the place. It's like their strategy is just to have so many of them at one time that they can't die out or whatever. And there's this conspiracy theory that's not true.
I love this direction we're going. We don't know that yet. Let's stay open to it. Yeah.
There's this conspiracy theory that the university, the big university there, which is UF, genetically modified these bugs to exist. Like they made them.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the conspiracy theory says that they made them for. But there's this crazy conspiracy that they're like not naturally occurring bugs or something. It's kind of weird.
I believe it. You know, it's funny you bring that up. So we were talking about me in Africa. There was one day where I couldn't. So I was like out there for the summer, and I taught English and math for like the morning, and then in the afternoon I'd like go on excursions, and it was part of this like cross-cultural like exchange program that I signed up for in college. Anyway, one day I couldn't go to school, like I couldn't go to work because there were African bees. There was an African bee swarm on the way. Yeah. And it was like, I'll just go around it. Like, it'll be fine. And the locals are like, no, like, they will see you and attack you. And, I mean, it sounded like, I don't know how to describe it. It was like kind of like a wind turbine or like an engine was running. It was like there were so many of them and they were swarming this tree.
Yeah, they do that when they're looking for a new place to nest or something.
Nest. And so, like, then they, like, I don't know, the house people like called in this one guy who like was basically trying to ensure they didn't set up a nest right outside this tree because the tree was like right off the road. But yeah, African bees, genetically modified. Yeah, they're not real. They're not naturally occurring.
Oh, I thought they were.
No,
aren't they just like? Isn't there just like that specific variant is very like aggressive?
No, well, so they are aggressive, but no, the scientists were tinkering with bee genetics to try to make them more resilient because there's a lot of bees are dying off in alarming numbers. At least that's what I've heard. Maybe you guys can correct me. And like my friend of mine, who's in his 70s, he lives in this like commune, and they have like big gardens and greenhouses, and it's a really cool setup. It's actually just right up against the mountains here. And anyway, a couple of his neighbors are like beekeepers, and they are master beekeepers, and they've had trouble keeping their bees alive because there are a lot of like what is it called, like virulent viruses in bees now that are really hard to like get rid of or avoid. And so anyway, yes, I guess the story I heard, I'll have to fact check this when this episode airs, but the story I heard was they took like bees and tried to make them more resilient to these viruses so they could be better pollinators in like the new future. And instead they got bees that do not pollinate anything and actually are very aggressive and kind of just demon bees.
I guess I could see that. I don't know too much about that specifically. They probably do still pollinate something because they have to feed their babies with pollen. Yeah. That's like what they eat, but maybe not. They're just, even like regular honeybees here, which are not native. They're from like Europe and Africa, maybe parts of Asia. I don't remember.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's where all the honeybees are from. They're not great pollinators. They're like generalists. So that means they don't really have any specific types of flowers they're super good at. They just kind of go to every flower. Yeah. So they're not that efficient because they'll bring pollen from, one species of flower to a different species, and it's not pollinating, if that makes sense. Like they're bringing it to something else. So they're not really that good.
So like, just to jump in here, like, you can't cross-pollinate certain species because just nothing will happen. Like their genes aren't.
Like some species will cross if they're closely related. Usually is kind of the rule. Like if they're the same genus or something, they're kind of like cousins. They can sometimes cross together. But like they'll bring pollen. Like say in your garden or something, you had like a squash and you had like blueberries or something. I guess they can't do blueberries anyway. But say you just have two different things, totally different. They're gonna bring pollen. They're going to swap the pollen more often maybe than they bring pollen to the same kind of plant. So they're not that good. Yeah. But there are a lot of them because their hives are really like huge. I mean, it sounds like the feral hive that you saw out there was like sounding crazy because they are really loud when they buzz sometimes. Yeah. They tolerate heat really well too though.
Mm-hmm. But I guess with these African bees, they like, when one stings you, it leaves you with this scent where then the others like know to target you. It like puts a honing beacon on you basically. And so it's not that like one sting or bite or whatever like will kill you. It's the like compounding effect of 100 and 200 thousands of them at a time coming at you.
That's a lot, especially if you make them angry or something too. We don't have too many crazy things that'll sting you in southeastern Washington. I mean, the yellow jackets, which are kind of everywhere. Like, everyone has yellow jackets. Those are, like, the meanest. The honeybees are maybe the second meanest flying thing.
Is that right?
You, for the most part, yeah.
Where are yellow jackets from? If honeybees aren't from here.
I think yellow jackets are native.
Of course they are.
They're
Fucking
just, like,
really,
really popular. Like, they do well in lots of different places.
Okay.
So they happen to be native. They're just, like, dicks. They're really mean.
Yeah.
You could, like, accidentally bump one and they'll sting you sometimes. But yeah, those and the honeybees usually give all the other stuff a bad rap because they're really aggressive. Most of the things are kind of just cutesy, they're doing their own thing.
Yeah.
A lot of them are solitary, so they live by themselves. So, like, if you get stung, it's just like one little sting. It's no big deal.
The more you know. Appreciate the education.
Yeah. Honestly, everything here is better than mosquitoes from Florida.
Yeah, I believe
Those
that.
are the worst. I mean,
Are they like jumbo mosquitoes?
No, I've heard the ones in Alaska are really big.
Yeah.
They like have to grow and, do stuff in a shorter period, I guess. But the ones in Florida aren't big. They're just a lot of them all the time, kind of. Or at least in the West.
Mosquitoes.
Yes. Are you okay with me saying that one? Yeah. Sophia's allergic to mosquitoes.
Are you allergic to mosquitoes?
So she'll get stung. Giant. I've seen some of her
Well,
bumps.
I'll get like another knee on top of my knee.
Oh my
So I have an
gosh.
amazing job where I work outside and get exposed to many of them.
It happens. It's a sucky thing to be allergic to, for sure.
And it's called Skeeter Syndrome, which is
I
such a
love
dumb
that
sounding
name.
name.
That's such a good
Skeeter
name.
Syndrome.
People in Florida call them skeeters. So I love that name. Is so funny to me.
So yeah, guys, I have Skeeter Syndrome.
It sounds so
That's
non-official.
wild.
People probably
Sounds
think you're
fake.
like lying.
People think I'm lying.
That's wild. Man. Skeeter. So walk me through this story, Sophie. How did you find out you were allergic to mosquitoes?
Well, my family really likes to just do camping and things like that. My dad's a big fisherman. So that kind of goes with that. So I'd always go out with my dad outside, hiking, my family doing all that stuff. And just every single time I got a mosquito bite, it would blow up to like 5 times the size. Like I've had my entire forearm before, my arm just like blow up really big. It'd be poofy. And then it turns out my dad actually, when he was younger, had a similar thing where once he got one in his eye and his eye got like closed shut.
His eye, that's
Oh my gosh.
And then I asked the doctor one day and they're like, yeah, technically everyone's a little allergic to mosquitoes, so I can lump, but you're just worse and you're reacting to like the saliva or whatever it is. And so yours are always going to blow up.
Dang.
They gave me this ointment that didn't work. So
Shit.
I said, thanks.
So have you found something that works now? Or no?
There is this like anti-itch Benadryl cream that I like, but it's mainly just not touching the bite.
Oh, really?
Works the best because like if I don't touch it, it got a little better when I got older too. But if I don't touch it, it won't blow up as much. Whereas the second I start actually itching it, it goes kind of crazy.
Wow.
Like recently this year, we went to South Dakota. My big toe got really big.
Her big toe was swole. Like it was huge. It was super fat.
It was fat.
Yeah, I felt bad for your toe.
Yeah,
That's
I
wild.
told everyone I had a caked up toe.
I would not
That's
want
wild.
that allergy. It's so hard not to itch when it's really itchy.
I just resist with all my might.
That's crazy.
I'm good. That's why I like the Benadryl cream.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, and ibuprofen helps. So.
That's wild. What a thing to be allergic to.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I grew up with a gal. She was like the girl next door. One of my good friends growing up, and she, it's the only girl in the neighborhood too, actually. Side
That's
note.
weird.
Grew up with 9 guys. Just
Oh,
her.
wow.
Yeah, Stephanie. She's good people. Went to her wedding. Her husband seems a little weird, but that's just my opinion. But I don't really know the dude, so in his defense, I don't know him. but they both really love Disney, which was like, the more I was at the wedding, the more I'm like, these two might be like, cosmic soulmates. This just makes sense. But she was allergic to grass.
Oh, I've met someone like that. I had someone like that on my cross-country team, and every time she sat down on, like, the field, she'd have to put, like, a towel down or something.
Yeah.
That also seems like a really weird thing to be allergic to.
Yeah.
Was she allergic to, like, pollen grass or, like, touching grass?
Like, touching grass. So it was like, we grew up in this neighborhood, right, where, like, everyone had grass lawns. And so we'd be playing like flashlight tag or, I don't even know. We grew up in one of those neighborhoods where like all the kids, like none of the parents were around. We were latchkey kids during the summers. And so it was like, we all had bikes and we'd all bike. And we grew up by this creek, in the foothills. And it was a great childhood. But anyway, so we were always outside. And there were days where like we'd all be hanging out. Everything would be fine. And then the next day we'd like, go to knock on her door and be like, hey, are you coming? Like, like it's 9 a.m. What are you doing? Like, it's time to go. And, her mom would have been home from work that day and be like, sorry, like Stephanie had an allergic reaction. Like, and she'd come to the door and she'd just be head to toe, like red. And,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing to be allergic to too.
Yeah. But it was one of those things where it's like, we would be careful. She would wear long sleeves, and she'd still somehow get it.
That sucks.
Yeah,
I played outside a lot when I was a kid, so I think I would have died if I was allergic to grass.
Yeah.
Same.
My skeeters.
At least you can spray something and get the skeeters off.
Yeah, same. That's interesting though that the doctor told you like we're all kind of allergic to mosquito bites. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's why they're itchy, right? They like when they bite you, it's like an exchange. Like they're taking your blood, but they also put in like I think mosquitoes do the thing where they give you like anesthetic, like so you don't feel it when they first prick you or whatever.
I've always wondered why it makes you go numb. That makes sense.
Yeah. And then after that, I think there are other things too that they just have in them. Weird bacteria, things from other people potentially.
That's why, I forget what it's called. It's not pus, but it's like a different liquid that's clear looking.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I have my bites, I know they're starting to get better when either they're, this sounds gross.
Hate us.
They're either leaking this like clear liquid, or there's like
I got goosebumps in the back of my neck when you said leaking. I was like,
sometimes it gets like a bubble that has to be popped.
Oh, gross.
To get the liquid out. And then the second that liquid comes out, my bites start getting better.
Oh, that's good.
Really?
So it's like that stuff.
I think isn't that like your stuff with white blood cells in it and stuff? Your immune system is like reacting to it. Yeah.
Yeah, your body's like encapsulating whatever it can't handle, like in its own little bubble.
Yeah, then it just like
trying to get it out of its system.
It's cool like that. Yeah.
That's wild. On the one hand, you're allergic to mosquitoes. On the other, you might have a super immune system that knows exactly how to package up.
Kind of a drama queen immune system, but like
it kind of is.
it's
Like,
strong,
Why do you gotta blow up 5 times the size? Why you gotta be so dramatic?
Yeah.
That's wild. I'm bummed I'm happy for you right now, but I'm bummed also there's not like a bite we can look at together and be like, oh my god, this is wild.
Oh, I've looked at so many of Sophia's mosquito bites.
Yeah.
I will never be taking you to Florida though.
I've been to Florida.
I know you've been to Miami.
And I got really bad bites.
Well, I think that's cruel.
It was cruel and unusual punishment. And my parents were like, you're fine.
You're fine. You're fine. Looks like you have a third head right now, but you're fine. That's wild. So do you like just cover yourself in bug spray?
Yes.
Really?
That's kind of my go-to, is just spraying myself. I've also kind of just accepted my fate at this point since I work outside.
Yeah.
And love to be outside, so I just accept it.
It's hard to avoid them. There are places where it's better or worse. Like Pullman usually doesn't have a lot of mosquitoes. There are like exceptions to that. They come around during the wet season a little bit.
Yeah.
I think like springtime usually. But they're not too bad. The Great Plains though has a lot of biting bugs. They're like walking out in the grasslands and stuff, especially in the morning, and they're just like, bugs will get your clothes. There are these like black flies there that hurt so badly. You don't notice they bite you, but then like days later you're like itching really badly. I won't go into gruesome detail or anything, but they suck. They're really bad.
I believe it.
There's chiggers.
Chiggers are horrible too. I haven't gotten chiggers yet. Fingers crossed. I won't ever get chiggers. Do you know about do you guys have chiggers here?
I don't think so. I'm familiar with them. I've heard of them, but could you remind me what they are?
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's like a little more of a.
It's like with a CH, right? Chiggers.
Yeah, they're like they're mites, I think.
Ooh.
That like they're kind of invisible. They're microscopic, I think. You can't see them, so you can't tell they're on you. But they really like kind of where your clothes are tight, so like under your socks, or like if your waistband. Sometimes, usually like under the socks is where I think people get them the most, and they'll leave like these little really super itchy red bumps.
Yeah,
they're really horrible. So I've heard.
Oh man,
I think Texas has a lot of them.
I believe it.
Yeah. This is a controversial opinion, I think. Might as well go for it. But
go for it.
I think ticks are one of. I still don't like them, but they're one of my least favorite. They're not as bad as like mosquitoes or chiggers or other like really itchy things, because they don't itch. If you find them while they're running around and you just pull them off and flick them away or cut off their head or something, flush them down the toilet, and then you're good. But the ticks where we live don't usually have Lyme disease, so that's a big caveat there.
We also work where we have to do a tick check every day. So.
Yeah, we do tick checks at the end of the day. We got to check. They're not in most places, but there's a couple sites we have that have a lot of ticks.
Do you guys have an HR department? Like, I'm wondering how as a department you do like these tick checks without violating HR policies.
Oh, I mean, we do it at home, or like, that's usually but we don't have an HR department. We're a really small organization, so we always make jokes how there's no HR.
Yeah.
HR is kind of just like my boss, or like sometimes I'm HR, I guess. We're working on that. We'll eventually get an HR.
Yeah. Usually the worst thing is if someone thinks they have a tick that's on their back, they might ask you to check their back or potentially take it off.
Yeah, that happens. It's all consensual.
It's all above board. It's all up and up.
People usually do their own tick checks when they get home. But yeah, sometimes in the field you might have a tick and you're like, can you check for a tick? So that happens.
As soon as you guys were telling me that story, I just had this image of, me back in tech in corporate America. I just imagined me sitting in a meeting and one of my old bosses going, "Okay, guys, we're going to do a tick check." Just everyone being like, "What the fuck is happening right now?"
Yeah, that's like a new rule when new people work with us. It's like, okay, you got your tick check. Gotta wear all the right clothes. What's that?
Yeah, they gotta do it at home.
They gotta do it at home usually. Don't forget to check for ticks, just in case.
It happened in a meeting before where I felt something like a little pinch on the back of my neck, and then I pulled off a tick.
Really?
In the middle of the meeting, then everyone instantly started checking themselves.
That
happened.
That happened to me back when I was in. I did my master's in Texas. I was in like a lab. Well, I did fieldwork, but I was in their lab, and I came back for like a meeting after fieldwork, and it had been like hours since I left the field. And all of a sudden, I also felt like a little pinch on my chest, and I like panicked in the middle of the meeting and just had to like cut off its head and throw it in the garbage. It was very alarming.
Yeah.
Definitely more ticks in Texas. I don't necessarily miss all of the Texas insects. Or the biting ones.
All right, we've officially passed through Boulder. Now we're headed into the high country, as you can tell.
Nice.
We might still be in Boulder County. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm hoping we're okay with the altitude, because we've been in Denver for like a week or so like get a little adjustment there. At least I think Pullman is definitely lower altitude than Denver, but I don't know how much lower. Maybe like 1,000 or so feet or something? I'm not sure.
Yeah. At Denver, I think Boulder up here is obviously higher. I think up here you're between the 7,000 and 8,000 feet above sea level.
Oh,
Where Denver, you're just, you're at that 5280 mark.
That's definitely higher, yeah. I think our highest, we have we call them buttes. I don't think they're technically buttes. They're just these little mountains that jut up in the grassland.
Yeah.
And I think the tallest one is maybe 3,000 feet, something like that. So we don't have anything too tall until you get to northeastern Washington, or like, you know, wherever you meet the Cascades.
Yeah.
Or the Rockies on the other side. Little rubber rabbit brush. We have like a little bit of plant community overlap with over here in Denver, or, you know, Boulder, whatever. We really like this plant. It's like there's more of it out in central Washington.
Yeah.
It's like rubber rabbit brush stuff. But we really like it because it's super drought tolerant. I think we have a different species over there.
I'm sure.
I'm assuming.
I don't think we've had a drought in a couple of years, maybe even a decade now. But yeah, growing up when I was a kid, we used to have a lot more droughts.
Oh, that's interesting. We're definitely having more up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Full circle. Now we're going back to one of my original questions for you. How long-term climate changes affect your guys' job?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a good question. It definitely does. Because, yeah, the drought and heat hurt it a lot because the plant community where we work is not used to quite that level of drought, which is why we have to kind of mix in more drought-tolerant plants, too, from nearby areas.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's getting harder because if you know, I'm sure it's kind of similar to here. You do, like, a planting out there, and if it's somewhere where there's no irrigation or water, it can definitely make it tricky. Like, we're getting... it's getting even drier in springtime now. Usually we'll have like a rainy season in spring, and then we'll have a bigger one in fall. And it's more and more we're getting less rain, and especially like mid to late spring, it's getting really dry. So some of the plants are kind of struggling. Yeah, that lets in a lot of invasives too. We've got a lot of invasive grasses like cheatgrass, and some of these other grasses. They do really well when it's super dry, or at least compared to our plants.
So is where you live, is it primarily dry?
It's kind of in between. Like, historically, it was like, we use this word like mesic. It's kind of like not super wet, not super dry, like arid. But I would say more and more it's becoming a little more like central Washington, which is like semi-arid. So somewhere in between those two things, probably. Okay. We get like around 14 inches maybe of precipitation a year, but sometimes it changes a lot from year to year too.
Oh, interesting.
And we'll get some in winter, of course, too. But yeah, winters are super weird.
What do you mean?
Like, some winters will just have like a bunch of snow that dumps. Other winters it like hardly snows at all. It can just be like really variable, which I don't know how it is here. Are they like kind of consistent, or is it always just like a ton of snow?
We don't get as much snow, I would say, as our reputation says we do. I mean, like, the only time we make the national news is when we get a ton of snow.
Okay.
But you get a lot more snow up here, obviously, in the high country and by the ski resorts than we ever do in Denver. Like, I've gone snowboarding and jumped into a pool all on the same day.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess when people think of Denver, they think, like, super cold, you know. But it's kind of down in the more lowlands down there, you know, more like plains. Almost.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I've gone snowboarding in, like, 40, 45-degree weather, and then gone back to Denver, and it's, like, 63, 64.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense, though. Yeah, Yellowstone was kind of like that. Like, before you come into Yellowstone, it can be kind of hot, but then you get to the higher altitude places, and it's, like, actually a little chilly.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. Yeah, but I would say like every 5 years or so, we get one of those snows that shuts the city down. And it's not like we're in Atlanta or anything. Like the city, to their credit, you know, all the cities, like they know what they're doing. Like they know how to clear snow off the road and keep things running. But if it all comes down within like, you know, you get 24 inches in a day, for example, like that'll shut things down pretty quick.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah, I think it's really funny because I lived in Texas for a few years to do my master's. And I don't know if you heard of like the Snowmageddon thing.
Vaguely familiar, yeah.
It was like not a lot of snow, like a little bit. Like it got below freezing and there was a little dusting. Basically, And then the whole city, or a lot of the cities actually just like shut down because they don't have any of the infrastructure. Their pipes aren't ready for that kind of thing.
I was still in tech. I think if this was a couple of years ago, I was still in tech. Like people's houses were flooding because their pipes were bursting.
Yeah, we lost power for a while.
Yeah. That's when like how your guys' municipalities like organize the utility companies made national news or whatever, and they were talking about how it happened.
Yeah. Texas is like, they're like, Texas, they want to be a different country, I guess. So like they have their own system, but then there's nothing to fall back on when their system fails,
Yeah.
I remember our power bill for that month was like insane. It was like crazy expensive.
Really?
They like upped the prices because there was so much demand.
Yeah.
So the price went super high.
Did you guys have to pay it, or like did something happen?
No, we had to pay it. Yeah,
Jeez.
Everyone just had to pay their electricity bills, which is crazy because it was off for a lot of the snowstorm.
Yeah.
Or not snowstorm, but the freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny because I worked in a bee lab at the time. I love telling the story. Yeah. To preface, Sophie has heard the story so many times. And so I was in a lab. I didn't do lab work, I did field work, but I had people in my lab that were studying bumblebees. And so to study them, they would like buy these just like bumblebee colonies and then do experiments in the lab, basically like, nice experiments, like seeing what they preferred in terms of different floral cues and stuff like that. And since we had the outage, the university was also out. And it's really important for the bees to not be super cold.
Yeah.
Because they're not used to that. They have like underground nests where they can stay relatively warm, and it would mess with the study. So my house had the most power on and off. So I took the bees to my house, and I had to put them in my closet in like a box. And I put like a heating pad under them, to try to keep them warm whenever the power was on.
Yeah.
But it got too hot, so they were starting to get angry, and they were buzzing because they get like uncomfortable when they're too toasty. And then a couple of them got out while I was feeding them. And my boyfriend was like, "What is this? There's like a bee loose in our house." We actually lost one. We had to wait till the morning until she flew to the window, and then we could find her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy, but I was, I guess, lucky because I heard other people at the university that studied like alligators and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Had to keep like alligators in their bathtub, like little baby ones.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah, so these are better than alligators, I guess, unless it was like pretty tame. I don't know.
That's a cool story. I'm glad you told us. So what is the difference between honeybees and bumblebees? Oh,
yeah, that's a good question. I mean, they're different. They're in the same family, but they're like different species. They both are, we call it eusocial, so they live together in hives or nests. There's like a queen, and there's like all the worker bees and stuff. And bumblebees are just bigger. They're fluffier. They're native too. So honeybees are from overseas. Bumblebees are from North America. There's lots of different species. But yeah,
oh, interesting.
To tell them apart, they're just like the big fat ones usually. Like if you see a big fat fuzzy bee, it's usually like a bumblebee.
Oh, good to know. I always thought it was the other way around. I thought the honeybees were the big fat ones.
Oh, no. Yeah, honeybees are usually, they're not like super small bees, but I would call them like kind of medium size.
Yeah.
And they don't really have a lot of hair. They have like a little fuzz, especially on their legs, but bumblebees are usually like pretty furry too. And yeah, they're a lot bigger. Bumblebees are kind of I think they're, maybe besides carpenter bees, they must be like one of the biggest bees we have over here. They're really fat. The queens, too, if you, usually like in early spring, especially, the queens will be out, like establishing a new nest or just kind of getting things ready. And they are the fattest of all the bees. They're like, I like to make fun of how big and fat they are because it's just like kind of cute,
Yeah.
They're kind of like the puppy dogs of the bees.
That's good to know. Man, this has been a great ride. I've learned so much. Very educational.
Yeah, we're kind of nerds, so you're going to get a lot of nerdy stuff today.
Your words, not mine. Record state. I appreciate that. No, like, since I started this podcast, I have a lot of hours of footage I still got to get through and, like, get out, but it's been a common theme. Like, 2 days ago, I had a gal, southern part of the state, and she was in water treatment plants, and she ran a water treatment plant, and one of the first of its kind in the nation is down there. It's brand new. It was built like 2 years ago, and so we talked about. I had no idea. Water treatment is all based on bacteria, horticulture, basically, like maintaining ideal conditions for bacteria.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize that, but that makes sense.
And so it's using all these different bacteria, forms of bacteria, species of bacteria, I guess, to like clean the water, which I had no idea. And then the water gets so clean in these plants, she was saying, that then they have to pump it actually back into the rivers before it can be used for other things because it's too pure, which I didn't even know was a thing.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. But yeah, she unfortunately did not want to do an episode. And at the end, it was similar to you guys. It was like a 40-minute ride. And at the end, I was like, I am so sad we did not get this on tape.
Well, I know it doesn't sound like she's a federal employee, but I know a lot of people in conservation or any kind of field like that have had to be a lot more careful.
Yeah.
With the kind of stuff they share, because.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, it's just been a recent thing, for sure. So I wonder if she was just didn't want to reveal, I don't know, if she worked for a company or for the state or county or something. Maybe she just didn't want to reveal, I don't know, secrets of the trade or something.
That could be it.
Yeah, that's super cool, though. I didn't realize they were doing that with bacteria now.
Yeah, me neither. Wow, I've learned a lot in this job.
Nice. Cool. It's a good idea, honestly, to do, as long as people are cool with it, to do podcasts on a drive like this. It seems like a really fun idea.
Yeah, a lot of different types of people. I joke with people, I think I've learned more doing this job for the limited time I have than I ever learned in college.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't always in college or it depends on the teacher. Some teachers and professors are getting really good at doing more unconventional learning or really getting students' attention, But a lot of it you're just kind of sitting there in class and you're trying to remember all this stuff, but a lot of times when you get into the real world, that's where you actually do a lot of the learning, or at least you cement the things that you learned in school too.
Yeah. Now, well said.
What did you end up studying in school? Was it kind of related to tech?
Yeah, I studied business and economics.
Okay, cool.
In college, yeah. Yeah, I studied, I think I was pre-med my freshman year and only got a C on microbiology. It wasn't really my thing. And I did not know that there are plenty of doctors now who are doctors even though they got a D in microbiology, for example. I had no fucking idea. So I thought, this meant I couldn't be a doctor. So after my freshman year, I switched to, I think I was psychology for a while. I did psychology for another 2 years. And then I think my junior year, second semester of my junior year, my college put out this report of average income by major. And psychology was at the bottom. And business, computer science, and economics were, I think, 3 at the top. And so it was went to my counselor and was I don't want to be poor my whole life. Could I switch this? And they're well, you need to take a summer semester and then an extra semester. So I would miss graduation, but then I could graduate the following December and still get a business and economics degree. So ended up doing that.
That's actually the main reason. Well, I wanted to learn more too, but that's one of the big reasons I went to get my master's is because when I was in undergrad, by that time I was in biology. I had switched, and I had this class, and this teacher during one of the classes brought up this presentation, and it was showing, all the different, average salaries for different people in biology. And he had this one slide that was people that only get their bachelor's and then people that get their master's or PhD, and the bars were very different. You can work. It's already a pretty low paying field, at least this part of biology. If you're doing medical stuff or chemistry, you can make a lot more money, but the environmental stuff doesn't usually pay very well because there's not too much funding.
Yeah.
So I was ooh, if I just get my bachelor's, I'm going to be poor. So I ended up doing that. It was nice. It was definitely worth it. You can definitely do it without it. You just need more experience, or in Sophia's case, just be really good at it, and then you just get moved up. But yeah, it was stressful. I don't know how people do PhDs. Those seem really hard. Some of my coworkers have PhDs, and it just kind of seems like they just get tortured for 5 years or something, 6 years.
They did it.
But they did it. They're a lot smarter. They know a lot of stuff. on that same graph, the master's and the PhD were kind of the same, almost. Like, PhD was a little bit higher, so I felt like it wasn't worth that, like, 4 extra years or 3 extra years or whatever.
Yeah. But then you'd be Dr. Shannon.
Then I'd be a doctor. People would call me Dr. Shannon.
Yeah.
Our boss, his last name is Duke, and he hates when you call him Dr. Duke, but we think it's really funny. He says he sounds like a supervillain or something.
Dr. Duke. It does sound like a supervillain.
Yeah, we were saying he should get like an eye patch, walk around with like a cane or something, have like an accent.
Oh, if you guys don't have a Halloween costume yet, go as Dr. Duke.
That's a good idea.
Have some fun, yeah.
That's actually pretty funny. I haven't picked one out yet, so that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, get a name tag and just like write Dr. Duke on it. Go
That's
crazy.
actually a really good idea. It would bother him too, which I think is funny.
I think that'd be hilarious.
That makes it better. Yeah, if he's bothered by it.
His daughter could be his like evil sidekick.
Oh, that'd be cute. No, we were gonna dress like Dr. Duke and make fun of him with our name tags. We can't make him dress like Dr.
We can make his daughter.
Oh, you're saying she's like a side piece?
Yeah, not a side piece, a sidekick.
She's like 2 years old.
She's not even 2 yet.
She's not even 2. Side piece. That's funny. Okay, we'll have to get his wife's permission for that one.
Oh, she would be down.
That sounds she would be down though.
No question, she'd be like, yes.
Yeah, we have a very funny. I don't know what you call it, company culture.
Yeah.
Just kind of like joke around a lot. It seems very common in this field. If you're working outside, long hours and stuff, you got to occupy your brain somehow, I guess.
Yeah.
We do a lot of trips together too.
We do a lot of trips together, yeah, long car rides and stuff.
Yeah, when you guys were talking, I had the idea that the daughter, you could dress up like a white cat, like a white fluffy cat, and then the whole evil genius thing,
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Popped in my mind.
I think last year she was like a spider. It was really cute. She had extra legs.
That's cool.
I wanted Chris to be the fly, but
that would be funny. Yeah. I don't know if you've heard the term plant blindness.
No, what's that?
Before?
No.
It's like once you learn about plants around you, you like can't, unlearn. And we do a lot of like invasive weed control.
Mm-hmm.
So now whenever I'm looking at a nice scenic view, like in Colorado, here it's super pretty, but I keep noticing the weeds. And it just, I can't. There's like no scenic view without me noticing like invasive weeds that are everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a tree here too that's invasive, and I don't remember what type it is.
Is it the tree of heaven?
Maybe. I have no idea.
Like we were seeing this one all over town. It had like, I don't know. It was just like everywhere. Little ones, big ones.
Yeah, it gets all these like shoots everywhere. And it's wild.
We don't have any. I don't think we have any invasive trees exactly where we are, but we have this thing called dog rose.
Okay.
It's basically like an ornamental rose plant that just got loose, and the thorns, do that thing where they're like hooked and really mean and big.
Yeah.
And we have to do invasive control of it in different sites, and everyone kind of hates it because, we'll wear like gloves that we think are maybe thick enough, but it'll still poke you through everything.
Yeah.
It's pretty horrible.
I've not been hit in the face with that plant.
Yeah. It's not very fun. You know any like good places to eat over in Estes Park? Haven't been there exactly yet.
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. We were thinking of like going to the grocery, just like getting some, food we can make real quick back at the hotel or at different places.
You guys staying up here?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just for a couple days. Should be really nice. Just enough time to like do some hiking, before we go home.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a shame if we just came into town and then didn't go for a hike over here.
Just to the conference, that'd be so sad.
That would be very sad. Yeah. Favorite part of the job is going outside, so even if it's like a conference or something.
Yeah. Well, you picked a good place to kind of vacation after the conference.
Yeah, it's super nice over here. Yeah, the conference was cool. I talked to some folks yesterday that said it's like an international conference, so a lot of people come from all over.
Yeah.
And people were saying they came here like a week early just to visit the park over here and go hiking.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. lucky because most of the conferences are in English, which is great. I always feel like the people that, that have a different first language and come here to give like a conference talk, it seems so stressful.
Yeah.
They do it well though.
I've had a few international like passengers, and some of them are very conscious of their English, and they're like, no, I don't want to be on your show yet, just because I sound stupid right now. My vocabulary is not, I sound much more intelligent in Russian or whatever their native language is. And it's like, all right. A couple of them, have just kind of dismissed it at that, and then others have been like, but I'll reach out, when like my English is better, and I'll be like, all right, cool, let's do it.
Yeah, it's like my abuela, my grandma, she would always say, talk to me in Spanish. I'm really smart.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, it sounds like in 2 years they'll do like international every other year.
Yeah.
The next one's in Lisbon. Should be really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But, I guess I should learn a little bit of like Portuguese before I go, just so I can like greet people, and then probably the rest will be in English. So it's a lot easier for us, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. Every time we drive like up here and back, it always blows my mind, like what it would have been like for some of the first settlers, which is like a horse and buggy.
Oh,
trying to cross all this would have just been fucking wild.
That must have been difficult.
Yeah. No wonder so many people died.
Yeah. One of my favorite games when I was little was the Oregon Trail game.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
It's like, what do you mean 12 people died from dysentery? Like, this is bullshit. I just went home for the weekend. God damn.
Yeah, my boss has a bumper sticker, and it's got like the Oregon Trail symbol, just like the Oregon outline or whatever, and it says, "You died of dysentery." That's pretty funny. Yeah, it seems like it would be rough out here, especially if you didn't know like what to eat, or weren't used to the climate. Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere some normal person made a ton of money off that game, because I feel like all of us of a certain generation all played it.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think they had me play it like in school.
Yeah. I don't know what we were learning while we were playing.
Just like about the Oregon, I guess the fact that the Oregon Trail existed.
Well, like I guess you could say we were being exposed to logistics, because it was like,
that's true.
Yeah, you had to have food, and you had to have trade your wagon wheel for this, or you had to do some planning. Some forethought.
Yeah. Did you ever play those like typing games where you learned how to type?
Yeah.
Those were kind of fun.
What were they? I don't know if they were Jump Start or I can't remember what they were.
Something like that though.
Yeah. You get to different letters and yeah.
It'd be like stories or whatever.
Yeah. It's like you had to reach across and hit P 10 times or whatever.
Yeah.
Which, like, looking back, was kind of a great way to teach us a necessary skill we need for the future. I mean, it wasn't until I was working in tech and typing all day, every day, that I really got good at it. But having that, like, just basic foundation and comfortability with sitting down and being able to type, like, it's just one of those silent things. Like, especially, writing the book, I was like, I didn't even think about it until I sat down to write a book. And it was like, I can almost type at the speed of thought. This is a little off, but very close, and that helped me invaluably. Just like keep going.
Yeah, you don't realize it, but yeah, it's a good idea for teaching kids.
Yeah.
It's painful. I have a mom that's in I don't know if I call it the tech industry, but she does like programming or whatever. And then my dad is not very tech literate, and he'll type with like a single finger on each side.
Yeah.
He'll do the thing where he just like presses it like this, and it's really hard to watch. But my mom's like super speedy. She's awesome at typing.
That's funny. My dad's very similar way. It was like for a while, when we all started family group chats and stuff, for a while we were like all getting insulted from my dad's like 2-letter responses until one day we were all at brunch and like my dad had to respond to his buddy or whatever about golf. He's a big golfer. And we saw him take 5 minutes, one finger to kind of type out the message. And it was just like, that was the minute, me and my brothers all looked at each other like, it's not personal. Like, okay, like
sense.
he's just, he's thinking 10 different things, and then he's like, what's the one word that can convey all of this?
That
Cool.
makes sense.
You're like, okay.
My dad will do that a little bit, but he's got like hardcore ADHD too.
Yeah.
He does this thing where he'll type like 2-word messages, but he'll type like 20 of them, 30 of them, and he'll just like, if you're not there to reply, sometimes he'll just like keep typing. I think he does it when he's high. He'll just like write a bunch, and then I feel bad because he sent me like 30 messages and I didn't get them in time.
And then you kind of have that heart drop. It's like, who's dying? Like, what's the emergency? What's going on?
I know he's just fucking around.
That's hilarious.
It's really funny. He doesn't mean to, but he'll do this thing at work where he'll accidentally butt dial people. And then he'll just like leave these super long voicemails. Like one time he left me like, I think my phone split it into multiple voicemails because it was so long. It was like at least 2 hours worth of him just yapping. And it was
just totally a butt dial.
Yeah, I mean, he works in like construction and stuff, so like I guess it happens. And I was just hearing him say all this stuff to his like work buddies or whatever.
What was he saying? Did you listen to the whole thing?
Yeah, it was hard to translate because it was a little, but like also, you know how when you have a voicemail, it'll like do a transcript,
Oh, yeah.
And the transcript, I don't think it did a lot of it correctly. It made no sense at all. But I could kind of tell what he was saying. He was like shit talking the people that designed the house or something that they were having to build. And like, I don't know. And then he talked about food later. It was all the stuff.
You guys are a little farther.
It was really funny. We all sent it in the group chat, the family group chat.
Yeah.
Made fun of him. Oh, nice.
Does this look right?
This is it, yeah.
Much?
It's like a pencil in place.
A place to relax and refresh in the heart of nature. Sounds right up your alley.
Yeah, we picked it because it's like the cheapest place. It seemed nice enough, That's exactly why.
Yeah.
Like, we spend money.
We'll be spending most of the time outside, so it doesn't matter too much what the place is like, too. It seemed nice enough, though. Yeah. People reviewed it well.
I would say this is a very popular destination. I don't think many places would stay in business.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
If they didn't maintain a certain quality.
That's very true.
Yeah, so I imagine you're in safe hands.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can find you the front desk. It's over there.
I feel like it might be over there, yeah.
It was a pleasure talking to you both.
Oh, thanks. You too. It was a nice ride. Went by pretty quickly.
I'm glad I could help.
Good luck on your next book. Sounds like you're working on, and if you're doing any music-y stuff in the future, that sounds cool too.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Perfect. I'll grab those bags and I can put them down for you.
Oh, sure. Thanks so much.
Yeah, of course. That's it for today's ride. Huge thanks to the passengers who let me share their stories. The show wouldn't exist without you. If you enjoyed listening in, come join me over on my Substack, where you can support the podcast and be part of the community. Thanks for riding along. I'll see you next time.
Goodbye.